Coach, in your lineup today, Danny, Matt, Jared combined 10 of 12 in the afternoon. What does that, with your 2 through 4 hitters, what does that do for you as an offense when you've got all 3 guys clicking really at the same time?
You know, it's really good. Danny's been doing a great job, and today we didn't get any hits from Dalton, but still we're able to put up a lot of runs. Brian stepped up into the 5-hole today, got another 2 hits. That gave us 12 hits in that area, and I just couldn't be more happy with the middle of our lineup. And Ford and Hammer and Danny have done it all year.
Farrah, the guy they threw out today all season, has only allowed 5 earned runs. You tacked on 7, 6 of which being earned today. What impressed you with your offensive performance?
Well, the one thing we had going in on him that, we thought would be a little bit was he was a high leg kick guy, so he was going to have to do one of 2 things. He was either going to have to slide step and then give up some velocity and leave the ball up a little bit, or he was going to stay to his high leg kick and we were going to run on him when we got on base. So, our running game really came through right there in a hidden way because we thought coming in he was going to leave balls up for us to do some damage with.
And how about Flynn and Ricesetter from the 7 and 8 hole combining for 5 hits?
Flynn and Ricesetter worked really hard on their swing this week. Flynn hadn't played too much, but he's been battling and giving us great effort the last 2 weeks. And with Kenny struggling, I thought it was a good time to get Flynn into the game. And we're really happy, and the team really rooting for him. He's a great guy and a good teammate, and he got 3 hits today. And then Matty coming through with 2 more hits, and he swung the bat real well yesterday. And he was a 3rd-team all-conference player last year. We were real confident in him.
Tiedemann went 5 strong and then got in a little trouble again in the 6th. Is that any concern of you? The second straight start, he's kind of had a snag in the 6th inning?
It's a lot of concern. We were all knew it, and we were really pushing. We wanted to try to get 7 when we had the lead, and he couldn't get through that 6th inning. And going off the experience of his dying a little bit, I guess, or losing velocity and getting down, that's why we went to the bullpen so quickly. So we're trying to learn from past mistakes. But yes, getting Tiedemann a little bit more endurance and getting him build strength is definitely high on our priority list.
And after that, you had Joe Berg really gave you some stability at the end of the game. 3 scoreless innings. You didn't have to go to anyone else in your bullpen. You just talk about the performance of Berg and what that meant.
I have a lot of confidence, and so does the team in Berg. And he was the right guy at the right spot. I was trying to stretch 1 more inning to try to make it a 2-inning save, so he'll maybe be able to come back tomorrow and be available. But to get him and to finish out the game, we figured might as well go with the W and get our best guy out of the bullpen. And Cody's been really good too. He came in with a really big strikeout there. Billy Cullen with guys on 2nd and 3rd. Could have been an 8-6 game if Cody doesn't get that strikeout. So it was a great performance by the bullpen.
The team went without a sweep in conference last year. Now have the opportunity, only in your 2nd series, to sweep from a VCU team that was picked high up in the preseason rankings. How big would that be?
It'd be great. Any sweep is a good sweep, and you never really want to get swept. So, it'd help us in a few directions. I'm not sure. Somebody told me this might have been our first ever VCU series win against them in history. So, I think we're doing a lot of good things, and we're playing really good baseball right now. And the guys have a lot of confidence. And listen, we're very confident in Dave Jesh throwing tomorrow. He's been as good as any pitcher we've thrown out there. And, we'll have a good chance tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.